Alright, hey guys, welcome back. Tom here, the Iron Beast. Today I'm watching part 2 of Lupin, which was a really cool show that my partner recommended we watch earlier this year when it came out. I think it was late January maybe. And, you know, I wasn't sure. I sort of tend to go for superhero action shows and mythology type shows and that kind of thing. But I watched it and I liked it. So it's a French show based on Assane Diop. And basically, if you haven't seen it, the story goes along the lines of that. You know, his father was wrongly accused and set up for theft of a valuable necklace or something by the wealthy family he was working for at the time. Ended up dying in prison, and so Assane, as he gets older, decides to go on a sort of revenge mission against the wealthy family and expose them for all of their fraud and crimes. And of course his whole application is based on and inspired by the gentleman thief Arsène Lupin, and so that's how the show goes. In part 1, you really got to see that he's always 1 or 2 or more steps ahead of everybody and all of his plans and plots that he makes, which is really cool to see. Of course, the one weakness being the daughter of the family that he sort of kind of grew up around and knowing. She was a bit older than him, but because, of course, working for the family in close proximity. And so initially she knew who he was, and you got to see that she knew that, but just kept it to herself. And then at the end, making a flip and telling her dad about it, which, of course, resulted in that last episode of part 1, where the family and the assassin or whoever it was had caught up with Lupin and taken his son. I think in part 2 it looks like, from the trailer anyway, that Lupin's definitely stepping up his game, and he's sort of prepared to meet the threat with whatever force he needs to counter it or overcome it. And so it's going to be good to see a bit more of that in play, because you could definitely see the hints of his ability to take care of himself in part 1, where he took care of those thugs right in the very first episode with ease, and then even later on at the news conference press reveal that ended up being a setup and ambush, he easily got through that and escaped no problems at all as well. So you can see that he's definitely got some skills, combat type skills, or whether it's just self-taught or trained hasn't shown us yet, but he can take care of himself. So it's going to be good to see how far he needs to go to get his son back, or if he gets his son back, how that plays out. So anyway guys, let's get into part 2 and see how it all goes. So I definitely think we're going to see a team up between this guy and the cop, between our son and the cop. Wouldn't you at least take the license plate of the car if you saw something like that? Seems suspicious.
Raoul! Lupin? You're looking for a kid who's dressed as Assane Lupin?
Yes, he's 14, he's our son, and he's mixed race.
Mixed race?
Yeah.
I just saw a mixed race kid fighting with a guy in the parking lot. Raoul! They went that way, in a gray BMW. He was black and he had a base coat.
This is your fault! The guy from the train! Let go of that car!
Claire, no police! I'll get Raoul. Just trust me.
I am never trusting you.
Kind of fair enough.
Claire, no police.
Which is a shame, because they seem like sort of great mates, a bit of respect for each other.
I want to help, I'm coming too.
It's interesting because it looks like he's driving tactically as well. I mean, most people will be in a hurry, but you know, it looks like he can drive tactically. So looking forward to hopefully seeing a bit more about his background. Where did he get trained, and what has he learned?
Claire, rehearsal go good? What'd I do? What's going on? Claire.
Not everything is about you, Assane. I was only gone for a minute, and when I came back, it was like this.
Repairing it would cost more than buying a new one. Voila. Give this one a try.
Beautiful. Let me guess he's going to steal it for her if he doesn't get given it.
How much is it?
3,000 francs.
Can't afford it.
Ah, that's too bad. And who's this?
Assane, he's a friend.
Your sign says it's 350 francs a day.
That's right. But not for you. Good luck with your audition.
Let's go, Assane.
Racist.
know the area?
No.
Pull out your phone to see where we are.
Guy had a couple of minutes head start, and he could have been anywhere.
I need to make a phone call.
You kidding me?
You know how wives are. I don't talk to her. She think I'm the one who got kidnapped.
The question is, why is this kid wandering around in the first place? Like, who wanders off on a busy beach like that? You can't look after yourself. Got no protocols.
Shit. Stop looking at me.
This guy doesn't seem like the coolest assassin hired help thug, is he? He's like always on edge, and he slips up a little bit. He's definitely the kind of personality to draw attention to himself.
Get inside!
He hasn't got his cool, and he's not in control of the situation, is he?
So what do you suggest we do?
Look, we can take you to the police station to file a missing person report, all right? And
Okay, you're a joke.
hey, where are you going?
Find my son.
He doesn't look cool and collected, does he? Just the way he presents himself. He looks like he's hiding something.
If you make a sound, you're dead. Good choice, kid. Gentlemen, I need some change.
Sure, for customers.
Oh, that's a fair call.
It's Leonard. I'm in Bonneville, in Normandy.
What are you doing there?
There was a small setback. I'm here with his son now, right?
It's not the son I want, it's the father. Clean up your mess and do it properly.
Maybe you need to hire someone better at the job.
Gentlemen, keep your mouth shut.
This guy's not professional, is he? You wouldn't risk doing that in public like that. Anyone could see into the boot of the car.
Excuse me? Have you seen a gray car with a black man driving and a teenager? Hey, sir?
Just look around, dude.
Answer me, please. Even though it was a response.
It's interesting, you're in pursuit and you don't see everything around you when you come into an area. It's kind of weird.
What the hell's in Normandy? Get your ass back here.
Shit's going down.
What do you mean?
We thought we got Cernine, but it's the wrong guy.
Because he's here with me. He's right in front of me.
Cernine?
Yes, Cernine.
What the hell are you doing with him? Do you need some backup?
Yep. Love you too.
A man was here. He's black, driving a gray car with a 14-year-old boy. He's my son. He's been kidnapped. So if anyone knows anything,
For customer.
I'm not playing.
That's him!
Why would someone break her violin? Because they were jealous. If you find a violin, you're a hero. The moron who runs the shop won't rent her anything because she's friends with the black guy. Seriously? What would Lupin do in my place? He'd steal a violin and give it to Claire.
You had to see that coming. This guy hasn't got his cool at all, has he? It doesn't. He's been hired, but he doesn't seem like a professional. He doesn't conduct himself like a professional.
It's for my wife. Alright.
Those are some narrow roads to be high speeding it on. Oh, nice. The dust trail, dude. It's not hard to figure out. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. You can understand that he's got a single track mind and maybe missed the dust and all that kind of thing, but not so much with the cop, you know. You'd think the cop would be trained to see these things. Is it just abandoned? Wow, it's gorgeous. Wow, that's gorgeous.
I'm opening the trunk. Don't do anything.
To trap. Ask a question. My son and I always had protocols so we knew if we were being communicated with properly or not.
Hang on. It's not Lupin's daughter in Cagliostro. It's his son.
Big fan of Lupin?
Yeah, I love it.
My son does too. If he's the one who wrote this message, he'll pick up on the air.
Oh shit. So he's completely off mission, isn't he? He's prepared to kill the kid, prepared to kill Assane as well. And his job is to actually retrieve Assane, so... You wouldn't hire this guy to terrorize someone's grocery store, let alone a job like this.
Relax, kid. Your dad's here. I'm gonna say hello. After that, we'll take care of you.
What are you doing? Get down. He can see you. Papa, here! Papa!
If you touch my son, I'll kill you.
You want your son? Come and get him.
Wasn't so bright to do it middle of the day, was he? Again, just a kid. Is that the guy going back? I think it is. He's got guts though. Oh, that was a smart move to leave it. They always come out as soon as the person walks away. I'd have moved to cover straight away, because you know the guy's definitely going to be armed like that. I would have gone straight to the trees.
Competent or corrupt, or them both.
I don't think it's true.
Well, believe the guy who kidnapped my son has the police in his pocket.
I thought Assane knew that this guy was the cop. Look at all the steel shutters, or metal shutters from the old days.
Why are you here?
Just waiting for you. Open it.
Son, what did you do?
It's just borrowed. Relax, I didn't steal it.
How much time?
What?
Before your partner gets here. Right, he does know, that's cool.
The ones you called earlier? Your wife?
I don't know.
You're lying, Gideon.
I love it. This is what I love, he's always so far ahead of the game.
I don't know you're a cop.
Ah, that makes sense now.
Only I figured it out.
I know.
I'd arrest you if...
If you were armed. You're Ganymard. So how much time?
1 hour, maybe less.
Thank you.
Hey! Fucking hell!
I told you. I don't work with cops.
That's more like it. It was sort of throwing me off as to how did he not know the guy, because I'm pretty sure he knew the guy right from the beginning. Turn the torch off. Move slower, look around, stay low. Turn the torch off. Quiet your breathing, slow your movements, turn the torch off. I kind of figured Pellegrini would want to interrogate him a little bit first. This guy's got the high ground and the advantage. He had time. Would have been so easy to find the right perch, fortify himself, set the kid up as bait in the opposite position, pick off Assane as he came in. Come on man, stop calling out. Finally he turns the torch off. Nice, nice. He's got some good close quarter skills. Wow. Some ears would be ringing. Dude, Assane did better than this in part 1. Oh, nice. Throw something down on him, just to be sure, a brick or something, so he can't move till you get down there. You'd want to make sure the guy's finished before you go looking for Raoul. But you'd have taken care of this guy first. So this is a throwback to when he wasn't ahead of everything. Oh crap.
Don't fucking move.
My son. He's in there.
Wow, what a sad start.
Get up. Get up right now!
Get up and come with me.
My son. He's in there.
You can cut the shit, Cernine. Don't fucking move.
Wow, what an intense episode. Wow. That was a really intense episode. There were a couple of things that didn't make sense to me, but I can see what's happening. It's kind of the setup between, you know, of course, the girl with Claire and himself, and him making the wrong decisions and getting a bit ahead of himself. A lot of things didn't make sense to me in this episode, though. First of all, you know, even though he was single-track minded trying to get his son, there were a couple of things that he missed that a real baseline kind of surveillance. You know, he went rushing into that town on the track of the Beamer and didn't see all of the cars around him, didn't notice, didn't look around in the surroundings. And that's really the first thing you do, right? You're coming into a small space, you're going to look quickly at everything in that space. So, you know, the whole time that he was looking in and out of the bar, you know, the assassin guy could see him. He hadn't seen the assassin. And then the assassin guy decides to take off at high speed, drawing attention to himself, which he probably could have just quietly just cruised away, possibly looked for another sort of road going behind the buildings or something. There's a lot of things he could have done rather than just storming off like that. Missing the dust and stuff. I mean, you've got the cop there, you know, so the cop's there and doesn't see the gravity of the situation. He's not at all concerned with the kid being kidnapped or anything. He saw it happen, didn't take the license plate, didn't report it to his partner. So he's on a mission just to get Assane, and so he's not even doing his job properly at all. You know what I mean? So he's on this pursuit, sort of kidnapping case, doesn't phone it into anyone, doesn't update his partner about what's going on. So the partner comes in, you know, and she's just gunning for Assane as well. And then at the house, quite a lot of things that didn't add up either. You know, he stood plain sight, fair enough, you'd do that, phone call, stand ground, you know, all this kind of stuff to set the pace with the bad guy. But then even when they walked off, and the cop, you know, after seeing the interaction, they walked off in line of sight. So if that guy wanted to, he could have just picked them both off there and put them in the trees and gone about his business, you know what I mean? I would have gone straight to the left into cover of the trees. At least he had some visual cover. And then when he decided to go on his mission, I mean, he cable tied the cop in the car. I probably would have just got down and dirty and said, look, I'll turn myself in once we've got my son, help me get my son. And obviously you're right here with me, I'm not escaping, so let's just get this done. Probably would have been the better way to do it. I understand the show's got to set up some dramatic things and maybe some twists. I mean, did the bad guy blow the car up, then take the kid out and keep him as leverage? What did he do, you know? Or is his son actually dead? In which case, what happens to the cop, the partner that was sitting there and didn't believe the guy, didn't even check it out, didn't extinguish the fire? So you've got a car burning. So you've cable tied the guy, you've got a car burning. Now you're going to go into a dark house without backup and look for who? While there's a car burning in front of you, wouldn't you like try and call people, call support in? And then why didn't you come in with support in the first place? Local support or something. So the whole thing's kind of like, from a practical viewpoint, a whole lot of it didn't make sense. If they were private investigators or they were like a sort of secret department of the police, fair enough, you'd understand they're doing things sort of low-key and without backup, but I think they're just normal cops or something out there, so they should have some kind of backup, something going on, some chain of command. And so yeah, kind of interesting, but you know, I really loved the episode. Quite a lot of suspense, quite intense, a little bit emotional at the end. Looking forward to seeing what happens and how it all unfolds with, you know, the violent theft and how Assane gets out of this situation, what happens to the son. Anyway, that's enough for me, guys, so thanks for joining in. Catch up with me soon when I get the rest of these out. I'm going to get them out pretty fast because it's a pretty cool show. So thanks for watching. Take it easy.